Venture capital just poured a record $189 billion into startups last month. And get this, 90% of it went to AI.
Welcome to 5-Minute AI News for Wednesday, March 4th. We're also covering major new models from Google and OpenAI, some serious privacy concerns at Meta, and why your next laptop might be more expensive because of AI.
Let's start with that funding news, because it's staggering. Not only did AI startups capture 90% of that $189 billion, but the vast majority was concentrated in just 3 companies: OpenAI, Anthropic, and Waymo.
It shows an incredible concentration of capital. While the AI sector is booming, the money is flowing to a very small number of dominant players, which could have long-term effects on competition in the market.
Speaking of the big players, Google just launched Gemini 3.1 Flashlight. It's their fastest, most cost-efficient model yet. The big new feature is thinking levels, which lets developers adjust the model's reasoning depth to trade off between speed and accuracy.
So you can tell it to think faster for simple tasks or deeper for more complex ones. It's all about giving developers more control over performance and cost. It seems optimized for high-volume, low-latency applications, like generating dashboards or system simulations.
Not to be outdone, OpenAI released GPT 5.3 Instant. Their focus is on making everyday conversations feel more natural and less cringe, as they put it. They're also aiming to reduce hallucinations and improve web search interactions.
This is a direct response to user feedback. People want AI that feels less like a clunky robot and more like a fluid assistant. It's a move to polish the user experience. This might be why some big customers are making moves.
Exactly. In a related story, the U.S. State Department is reportedly switching from Anthropic's Claude to OpenAI's GPT 4.1. It's a significant move that shows how government agencies are actively evaluating and changing their core AI providers.
It's interesting they're moving to an older OpenAI model, but it signals a major shift in the government AI landscape.
On the open source front, Alibaba has launched Open Sandbox. It's a tool that gives AI agents a secure, isolated environment to execute code or browse the web. Think of it as a standardized safety layer for building autonomous agents.
That's crucial. As agents get more powerful, ensuring they operate safely is a huge challenge. This provides a standardized sandbox to prevent them from causing unintended harm, making it easier to move from development to production securely.
Let's shift over to some fascinating new research. A team at Cambridge developed SimTorch, a library that translates parts of a neural network into human-readable mathematical equations.
So it's literally trying to crack open the black box of AI. Instead of just knowing a model works, this could help scientists understand why it works, potentially even rediscovering physical laws from data. It's a huge step for model interpretability.
But that transparency has a dark side. New research shows LLMs can now unmask pseudonymous users across different social media platforms with up to 90% precision. The models are getting scarily good at connecting writing styles.
That's terrifying for online privacy. The whole idea of using a different handle on different sites to protect your identity could be completely undermined. This has major implications for everything from doxing to hyper-targeted marketing.
And this all connects back to the very real-world consequences of AI development. Meta is reportedly sending private recordings from its AI smart glasses to data workers in Kenya with very few safeguards.
That is a massive privacy violation. The report says these workers are seeing incredibly sensitive content, from bank details to people in compromising situations. This could easily trigger major investigations from European privacy regulators.
It also highlights the fierce lobbying happening in the background. AI companies are investing millions to oppose political candidates who support regulation. One tech billionaire's super PAC is spending $125 million to undercut pro-regulation figures.
That shows just how high the stakes are. The industry is actively trying to shape policy in its favor, which makes platform-level decisions even more important. On that note, X announced it will suspend creators from its ad revenue program if they post unlabeled AI-generated content depicting armed conflict.
It's a direct attempt to fight deepfakes and misinformation in conflict zones. A 3-month suspension for the first offense and a permanent ban if they continue. It's a small step, but a necessary one given the technology.
To wrap up, the AI boom is even hitting consumer hardware. A global RAM shortage, driven by the needs of AI data centers, is causing memory prices to surge. New MacBook Pro models are now up to $400 more expensive as a result.
The demand for AI is creating a ripple effect across the entire tech supply chain, and it's starting to show up on the price tag for everyday electronics.
Absolutely. The biggest takeaway today is just the sheer scale of the investment flowing into AI, with a record $189 billion in venture funding last month alone. It's fueling everything we discussed.
That's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out.
Thanks for tuning in to 5 Minute AI News. Have a great day.